Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm going to do a potato reveal today, well several. There's 7 containers here, I think they're 7.5 litre pots. There's 3 containers with Pentland javelin and 3 containers with Charlotte. And this one here has got 1 Charlotte and 1 Pentland javelin in. And you can see it looks like it's quite a large potato in that container. Now, I don't know if you can see, this container does look a little bit misshapen. Yeah, probably should have chose bigger containers. That's all I had at the time. Didn't have a massive amount of compost and stuff either, so I didn't want to use loads of it all at the same time. But yeah, did them in 3 different ways. One's 100% compost, one's 100% leaf mould, and then one is 50-50. I was hoping it was going to be a bit more of a fairer comparison, but for whatever reason one of the potatoes in this Pentland javelin didn't come up, so I was hoping to compare, you know, the Pentland javelin grown in the compost compared to, you know, the leaf mould and stuff like that, but it's going to be a bit unfair now. Also, this tray, although it's on like a flat, well, it's almost flat, but it's slightly sloped down this end, so I'd water the potatoes at that end and the water would drip out and come down here, and basically these would be sat in the water. So I tried to water that end from the top quite a lot, and then only a little bit for these because they were getting water from the bottom. So it's not really a fair experiment or anything like that, it's just a bit of fun, I suppose. I'm more interested to see, you know, what we can get out of a tiny little container like that. I think we are just 7.5 litres. But what I'll do is I'll take all these containers up onto the lawn and we'll just have a look, see if there's any difference in the tops. I mean, one of them's completely died down. But yeah, and also, to be honest, I'm a bit sick and tired of bloody watering them because it hasn't rained here in the UK for ages, and I'm having to water these twice a day sometimes, you know, just to keep them alive and that, and I just can't justify the water anymore. I don't think they're going to get any much bigger. Anyway, I'll lift them up, take them up to the grass, and we'll have a look, see what they're looking like. So this container here, 100% leaf mould, containing 2 Charlotte potatoes. According to the packet, the Charlotte take about 13 to 15 weeks to grow, and they've been in the ground just over 14 weeks. So I mean, this one still got a little bit of life left in it, could probably still go for another week or 2. One with 100% compost, similar, not quite as good. The leaf mould looks slightly greener still. And the one which has got 50-50, which I thought would do the best, has completely gone over. Now that just could be the position where it was in the tray, because it was kind of in the middle, so I was probably watering these ones more from the top, and that one more was getting watered underneath, and this one, because it's in the middle, might have just sort of got left out a bit. So we'll see. But in this one here, we've got like 4 haulms coming out, so 2 from each potato, I should imagine. So I should think they're going to be quite a decent sized potato in there. Now this one here, there's 3 haulms coming out from that one and 4 from that one. So there's probably going to be more potatoes in that, but they're going to be smaller. This one, 2 again from each one, so they're going to be bigger again. That's what I predict anyway. And this one was 1 of each, the Pentland javelin and 1 Charlotte. And Pentland javelin don't take quite as long to grow. These ones only take 10 to 12 weeks. So what we'll do, I think we'll empty this one out first, because this is the one that's died. So like I say, 50-50 compost and leaf mould, which is my own saved stuff, and they all had exactly the same amount of fertiliser in. So we'll get them haulms ripped off and we'll tip them out. Right then, so like I say, 2 Charlotte in 50-50, and there's only a couple of haulms on each, so it should be a half decent sized potato. And well, the soil is a bit wet still, I don't know if it says on here what size containers they are. No, it doesn't actually say. But I think they're under 10 anyway. But there's some decent sized potatoes. So the soil is more moist than I thought. I did water it yesterday. I didn't water it today because I knew I was going to harvest it. I thought it'd be dried by then. Piddler. So there's seed potato, a little worm. Where's all the tops? I'll put them in there. Yeah, I think from the little container, 7.5 litres, I don't think that's bad as you can see potato. Right, we'll stick all these, and they're all clean as well. We'll stick all those over here, next to this tag. Ooh, don't knock the camera. Right, that can go in a bag out of the way. Okay, so the next one then, let's do this other one with lots of horns because I think they're going to be a lot smaller. So this was 100% compost, this one. And obviously some have gone green, so I'll save those for seed potatoes. There's a fairly decent sized one there. Ooh. I'm quite surprised how many potatoes are in here for that tiny little container, you know. There's a seed potato. But also, I've just turned on my scales a minute ago and they've decided to not work. So I can't even weigh them. There's a few red wrigglers in here. I think that's all the potatoes from that one. Move those over slightly more. Put these ones here. I predicted more little ones in that, but to be fair, I think the 50-50 is just winning at the moment. Just double check nothing else in there. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. Okay, so we'll put that label with that one. So 4 horns on this, so it should be bigger potatoes in theory. Certainly seem bigger than ones. Still got tiddlers. There's some nice potatoes here, they're all clean. I can't see no scab or anything on them yet. There's seed. And the worm. I'm surprised there's worms in here. I mean, like I said, I did try and keep it moist as much as possible. And to be fair, I mean, there's the other seed. It's not too bad. It's more moist than I thought. So that's the yield from those. I'll move these out and we'll have a quick look at them all together. But I'm quite happy with these potatoes from these little containers. These are potatoes 50-50 mix, potatoes 100% compost, and potatoes 100% leaf mould. Now, I can't really see much of a difference in them. It's very tight between them. There's only going to be, you know, a few grams between them, I think. I'd just say using your homemade stuff is probably better than buying it. Yeah, I'm not sure really which ones you got the most from it, but pop it in the comments. In fact, let me get that shadow out of the way of that. So which do you think has got the most? 50-50 in the first one, 100% compost or 100% leaf mould. We'll tip this one out now, and then I'll get the other three and we'll do them. So this one's got one Pentland javelin and one Charlotte. So yeah, just 4 coming off this, 2 from each potato, so it should be half decent size again. So yeah, fertiliser with all of them is bloodfish and bone, chicken poo, potato fertiliser and some yellow sulphur. Let's have a look, see how these are done. So yeah, 2 different types of potato in here. So they're the Charlottes, little yellowy ones, and these are Pentland javelin. So I've never had a good crop from Pentland javelin, really. And we'll see. I mean, piddlers, lots of piddlers. It's a bit disappointing. Right, seed potato still quite solid actually. Yeah, so not a great harvest actually from that. Pentland javelin only got 4 potatoes and one of them's green. Oh, hang on, that's a Charlotte. Yeah, so I'm never going to grow Pentland javelin again, I don't think. Yeah, another Charlotte. But Charlotte's okay. So we'll put them over here next to this other tag. Yeah, so these Pentland javelin aren't supposed to be growing as long as Charlotte, but they're all a lot more greener than the Charlottes. So, what's this one saying? 50-50 compost in this one. We've got 100% leaf mould in that one and 100% compost in that one. So I'm not holding my breath for this harvest for Pentland javelin, to be honest. This one looks like it's only got 1 seed potato in, so there's probably hardly anything in that one. We'll probably do this one first then. 50-50. Let's see how it's done. Okay, so Pentland javelin, see how I've done. And immediately worse than the first one. I could see potatoes on the others before I even started. Well, that's got some in there, look. Ooh, well, that's not too bad, is it? Maybe I was a bit harsh on the Pentland javelin. Sweet potato. But yeah, a lot of piddlers. That could be due to the lack of water. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, we'll put them down here. No, we won't. We'll put them up there actually. So they're all clean anyway. I can't see no scab or anything on them. But yeah, lots of little piddlers in that one. It's not great. Just found another little one and was emptying it out. Okay, so this next one is leaf mould. I think these are going to be a bit smaller because there's more hulms coming off the top. So yeah, if you want to grow big potatoes, just plant potatoes with 1 or 2 chits on them and they'll be bigger. So he's looking half decent size. Lots of piddlers again though. Look at all these little piddly things. There's loads of them. Probably due to a lack of water. Although this compost is quite moist still. Right. I think that's it. Most of them are green, to be fair. I'll probably save them for seed. Or might even plant them this year for Christmas potatoes or something. I've never done Christmas potatoes, so I might give it a whirl. Oh, where's another one there? Look. A measure seed potato. This is the last one, Pentland javelin, and there's 5 hulms coming out of them. And this one is 100% compost. And that's half decent size, but it's a bit green. Not quite as many tiddlers yet on this one, he says, until he pulls the load out. Seed potato. Yeah. Another seed. Yeah, there's quite a few tiny little ones in here. What's the point in having them? Oh, I think that's it for that one. There's a load of little piddlers in here. Not even worth it, might as well break them. Otherwise they're going to sprout. Right, yeah, nothing else left in. Oh, yes there is, look. One left. Alright, so where's the token for that ticket? Right, let's have a look at all these then. So we've got 50-50, 100% compost, 100% leaf mould, and that was 50-50, one of each potato. So which do you think is the best? Sorry, I can't get my bloody shadow out of the way. Yeah, that's better. Which do you think looks the best? Personally, oh, it's hard to say. They all look pretty similar, but oh, I don't know. They all look pretty much the same. Shame I haven't got my scales. My neighbour's out, so I can't get hers. But pop it in the comments. Which do you think has done the best? So 50-50, 100% compost, or 100% leaf mould.